Hello, everyone. It's me, Dr. Stacy Betancourt, with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. Today, we talk about embracing life. We've heard it many times before. Life is short. And I agree to a point. The phrase is intended to encourage people to not let inhibitions, doubt, or fear hold us back from trying new things, challenging ourselves, and most importantly, the idea of embracing life. I've spoken before about my childhood and how I was convinced that I wasn't capable of doing new things. It was externally introduced by both of my parents. And over time, I believed that if something didn't come easily for me, I was incapable and the options to try weren't possible. I cannot count the times I battled from within things I wanted to try and things I really wanted to do, but was convinced it wasn't possible. With that mindset, I wasn't embracing life. Now, for example, my father had big dreams, really big dreams, but he never went after them. And failure and the fear of failure kept him back. And in turn, he passed those inhibitions on to me in things he said, and then teamed with my mother's own belief systems. It was a difficult cycle and one that I had to work very hard at to break free for myself. And this is not about blaming my parents. However, here's my point. And what helped me realize was how restrictive the mindset was at the time. Life and time will pass no matter what we do. So why not try doing things that are different, new, and sometimes a little scary? Will you fail sometimes? Maybe. But you'll never know unless you try, right? So backing up a little bit and approaching this in a linear fashion. When you were an infant, every milestone required in your development that began with you wanting or needing something based on your age. And at that time, you figured out different ways of obtaining it, however it was, whether it was rolling over, discovering your hands for the first time, scooting, crawling, walking, running. All of this you had to develop yourself. And then came the harder things like riding a bike, tying your shoes. I think you get the point. You needed to achieve the milestones. You wanted the milestones and you made them happen. And then somewhere along the way, something happens and you lose that drive. Whether, like me, it was external voices of my parents telling me I couldn't and me believing it, or maybe a peer criticizing you when something didn't come easily. Here's my counter to that. Why sit on the sidelines wishing you could do something and wishing you could put it into action, opposed to putting the work in and trying to achieve something? So you could sit there and use the energy to say, I can't, this won't happen. Or you can put in the same energy, channeling it to, okay, I failed. Let me try again. Let me try again. Let me try again. See, here's the thing. Embracing your life and trying new things is part of learning. And it's okay to try something and not be good at it. And if it brings you joy in the fact that you're actually trying to achieve something, then that's part of the joy in gaining expertise. So I challenge you, ask yourself, what do you wish you could achieve? What aspect of your life do you want to embrace? And then go after it. As long as it isn't hurting anyone or could be dangerous, which would then require a different approach, then go for it. And if you need help figuring it all out, just ask. I'm here. And as you do this, remember, as you're doing this, you're actually showing yourself grace, which is so important. And as you're doing that, show grace to others. We're all on a journey. And even if we want the same thing in the end, how we get there is going to be different. So there's no wrong way, no right way, your way. And that's it. So I thank you for watching another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. And you know what you can count on? I'll be back next week. Take care, everyone.